ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my hometown race here, Redbud, for another Pro National Race vlog. This weekend is very exciting. It's the first time we're doing a double header weekend, so we're gonna be racing Friday and Monday with just a 2-day break in between. So that's gonna be pretty dang interesting. No place better to do it than everyone's favorite track and my home track, Redbud. I only live about 2.5 hours from here, so Redbud is always a special race for me. To catch you guys up a little bit, just in case you've missed a couple of the videos, we raced Loretta's 1 and 2, made it, scored points at Loretta's 2, getting 17th in that second moto. Unfortunately, the following week, had a pretty bad practice crash, got a little bit of a head injury, and we weren't able to race Indiana. Which is a bummer because that's another track that I really like. I've done well there in the past, and it's kind of another local one to me. But we took care of the head all week. We went out and rode 2 days ago at Martin MX. Head felt good, so here we are at Redbud, ready to go do battle again. Since I didn't race Indiana last weekend, I got demoted to the 450B class, so we're gonna be Group 4 to go out on the track today, which means we have a little bit of extra time to go watch our buddy Jerry Robin rip in his practice. So that's what we're gonna head up and go do right now. Cheer on Jerry for a minute. I already have my gear on, so we're ready to rip once we get back here. Just prep up the goggles, make sure the bike's ready to go, and head out on the track. But Jerry's about to head out now, so we're gonna put our Risk Racing mask on, head up there, and cheer on Jerry for a minute. Check out the track as well. All right, guys, well, track actually looks awesome. It's crazy seeing it not muddy in practice because the past 3 races of the year were absolute mud fest because it just rained all weekend. So super weird seeing the track not just absolutely muddy. So that should be actually really nice. Also, it's pretty chilly out here if you guys hadn't noticed. Normally Redbud is like almost 100 degrees every year and it's just super, super hot, but we woke up and it was like mid-50s today. So definitely going to be a really good day of racing. No rain in the forecast, thank goodness. Track is definitely going to shape up and just be incredible by the time that we get out there. Also very excited to introduce you guys to this week's secondary title sponsor. You guys will recognize this logo if you're into watching moto vlogs, which if you're watching this, I assume you are. So huge shout out to Prime MX. Now you guys will definitely recognize this. If you watch Cameron's videos, I'll put the link up in the top right now and I'll put all the links down in the description. I'm sorry, I never know how to pronounce your last name, Cameron, so I'm just not gonna do it. I'll put it up on the screen so they can read it and pronounce it however they want to. But anyway, Cameron has some really, really great moto vlogs. He's actually one of the inspirations as to why I started my own motocross channel. He does some really sick bike builds. You've probably seen his CR250 that he restored. It's probably one of the most beautiful CR250s that I've ever seen. But he started his own company, Prime MX, to sell tools to help you guys build your dream bikes. So definitely go over there and check it out. Thank you for jumping on as being the title sponsor for this weekend. And of course, thank you to all my other amazing sponsors. Take a quick look at the bike here. Of course, Valley Ford FXR, Championship Power Sports, Adept Graphics. We're also gonna be repping the Make Motocross Great Again sticker this weekend, so that's super sick. So yeah, we're gonna prep some goggles here and then head up for our practice and lay it down. Sun has been pretty brutal on these practice mornings, so I think we're gonna go with a tinted lens. We're gonna swap out the clear one for the tinted. And then as always, we're gonna be running the Gladiator sweat shields. Once again, I'm gonna put the link up because you guys always ask me what these are. So I'm gonna put up all the links and the Instagram handles and all that. So yeah, go check these out for sure. This first practice is done. Like I said, I was in the B group that time, so I was with the slower group. Ended up second in that one with a 2:13.8. What was it, Joey?
It was a 213,889.
213,889. So I think that puts me about 33rd overall. We beat a bunch of dudes in the A group. I'm almost more comfortable going out in the B group because, I mean, I know I shouldn't be worried about like the factory guys, but it's always in the back of your head. Like if you hear a bike come up behind you and start revving, like, or if Tomac comes in and stuffs you, it kind of messes up your lap. So it's almost like a little more chill being one of the faster dudes out there because you're the one who's being aggressive, and I don't know, it's just kind of like a confidence booster knowing that you're one of the fastest guys on the track. So track is really, really good. Like I said, it's so sick riding a track that's not absolutely muddy like it has been for the first 3 rounds. So track's sick. I mean, it's Redbud, so you know, track's always gonna be sick. Bike's feeling good. I think we're gonna mess with the rear end a little bit. It feels a little kicky, like maybe the rebound is a little slow, so it's starting to pack down, or maybe the sag is a little too high or something. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna mess around with that. Head out for the second one. I'm not sure if the track will be faster or slower, but obviously we'll go out there, lay down as good of a lap time as we can, and hopefully we put it in the main straight through practice. That would be a blessing, because you know we hate those LCQs. So yeah, we're just gonna chill for a minute. Jerry absolutely killed it. I think he's in like 13th or 14th overall in the 250s. So he's out there right now for the second round. We're gonna get ready and head back out there and hopefully put it in these motos. All right guys, we just went ahead and checked the sag, and it was all the way down to like 99 or 100. So we loosened the preload on the shock a little bit. It's now around like 104 without my helmet and stuff on. So with my helmet on, it should be like perfect 105. That should make it feel a lot better out on the track. 5 millimeters can make a huge difference. So it did feel like it was just kind of bucking me over the bars a little bit. So that change should be huge. The 250A guys are finishing now. 450A will go up there, and then it's us. So we're gonna get ready, head out there, and yeah, we're gonna do our best as always. All right guys, back from that second session now. As you can see, we're in our street clothes. We're not heading up for the LCQ because we dropped our lap time by like 2.5 seconds, I think. We qualified P1 in the B group, which put us 30th overall. So really stoked on that. The 450 class is absolutely gnarly this year. I mean, there are some really fast guys who used to battle for 250 championships who are like on the bubble every weekend. So I'm just so stoked on that, especially given this is like my first race back from the head injury. I really wasn't sure what to expect today. You know, it's one thing to go to the practice track and have the head be all good, but to come out to a pro national where you're pushing 110%, super high heart rate, super treacherous conditions, you just never know how you're gonna feel. So I'm really just pumped, kind of proud of myself for going out there and sticking it in, especially in such a good position in the 450 class. So yeah, qualified P30. Now we get to just hang out here, watch the LCQs, make sure the bike is all ready to rip, and head out there for the motos. I just love Redbud, man. This track is so sick, the fans are awesome, and yeah, it's just a great time. So really happy to qualify so well, and also extremely happy that I could put the sponsors, Valley Ford and Prime MX, in the main at Redbud. So that'll be really sick. Also, I know I showed you guys in the last one, but if you missed it, we have a really sick custom painted MX Locker helmet here, custom painted by KC Designs. Thing is absolutely beautiful, man. So yeah, we're gonna chill out here, get a little food and water, make sure the bike is ready to rip. Then we're gonna get ready and head out there for Moto 1. All right guys, well the track's actually firming up quite a bit from practice, so we're headed over to Dunlop right now. They help us out with tires this year, which is really awesome. And we're gonna be swapping in from the sand tire over to an MX33. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Alrighty, fresh Dunlop MX-33 on there. Joey and the old man are ready. Jerry's out there running super good right now. I think he's in like 15th or something like that. So stoked for Jerry. Hopefully we can go out there and get a good start and just have some fun. So we're gonna get ready here and head up to the gate for Moto 1. Thank you, Joey.
Overall, after just a short time ago, finds himself back in number 11 spot. I'm sure all these riders that he went over to Europe. He was one of KTM's really sought after little mini cycle riders. He came up to the rank.
The heck happened?
First turn pile up.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Did we get all the pieces back?
What?
Did we get all the pieces back?
Fender,
going to get the
my
front
number
plate.
plate is still down there in the black dirt.
Yeah, we need that. I've walked up and down the pits. I've asked everybody. Husky, KTM, TLD. Nobody has anything.
Let me go ask.
31st though?
Yeah, I was trying to get you to get Huber, but it's all good. Good job though. I'm almost dead last.
Did what I could, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer, but the boys are hard at work over here, fixing up a new number plate for me. Thank you, Joey and Kale.
You're welcome.
You guys are the mans. The mans.
The mans.
Got Dr. P working on the rest of it, trying to get this thing ready for Moto 2 here. We don't really have a whole lot of time, but we got a whole crew working, so thanks, boys. I appreciate it. Alright guys, well that's a wrap here at Redbud round 1. Kind of an up and down day, as you guys could see in that first moto. I was caught up in a first turn pile up there with Barsha and a couple other guys, and my front end just completely exploded. I didn't really get to talk too much in between because we were so busy trying to find my plastic and getting my front end all put back together for Moto 2, so apologize for that. But yeah, I just came into the first corner. I think Barsha got into someone else and fell over. And I think his right grip, the throttle side, stuck into the ground and his throttle was stuck wide open because I had nowhere to go. And when I ran into his rear tire, I think it was spinning really fast. And so as soon as my front fender and number plate hit it, it just boom, exploded. So yeah, not a sick way to start the race for sure. By the time I got up, I was in absolutely dead last. And luckily I grabbed my front fender, and as I was going by the mechanics area, I just tossed it over to Joey. But my front number plate actually fell off like halfway through that lap. So it was down in the infield somewhere, and one of the fans actually picked it up, and somehow just by chance when one of our buddies was walking around through the infield, he actually saw the guy who had it, and he was like, bro, like Jaywalk really needs that. Can I please have it? And he ended up giving it back. So huge shout out to that guy. We actually got his phone number, so at the end of the season I'll probably sign the plate and give it back to him just to say thank you for letting us have that back. But I was actually really stoked with that moto. I mean, it's super easy to justify like pulling off when something like that happens, especially on the very first corner, because like the bike was pretty destroyed, the bars were bent up, the levers were bent up, I had no front end, which was super weird. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to ride without a front fender, but it's one of the weirdest things I've ever had to do in my life. So once I picked myself back up, I was like, dude, this is gonna be such a long moto. Like, should I just cut my losses, try and get the bike all back together for Moto 2? Like, what do I do? But I just put my head down and charged through it. Got a lot of work ahead of me, and actually caught all the way up to 30th. So was actually riding super good despite not having the front end, and I was just really proud of myself for pushing through it and not pulling off when it would have been easy to justify pulling off. But yeah, made it up to 30, so I was stoked on that. We got the bike all put back together, as you guys saw, for Moto 2. Went out there and was running super well. I think we were up to maybe 25th when another rider just absolutely cleaned me out. Someone actually got some footage of it. I'll put it up right now for you guys to see, and I'll let you be the judge of it. I guess he thought I would like cut him off in the section beforehand and was trying to get some retaliation. So, I mean, what are you going to do? It's motocross. It is kind of a bummer that some people go out of their way to make it even more dangerous than it already is. But yeah, it was actually on a really steep downhill, as you guys saw, and I kind of landed on my head again. And this was my first moto back since I had my head injury. And when I got up, I just felt a little disoriented. It wasn't like a super hard crash, but I hit my head pretty good on the way down. So I was like, dude. So I was a little freaked out about that already. And just where it happened on the track, I was probably only like a quarter of the way done with that lap. So by the time I got all the way back around to the mechanics area again, got my bars straightened out, I think I was like 2.5 laps down or something like that. So at that point, I felt like I was kind of a danger to myself and others on the track. So we did just pull it in and call it a race after that, which sucked because after that hard battle in Moto 1, I really wanted to back it up with a good finish in Moto 2, but just wasn't in the cards. Not really a whole lot we could do about that. But overall, I'm pumped on the day. It's always a good day when you make it straight in, and we at least got one solid moto. I mean, it started off as a disaster, but we made the best of it and caught up to 30th. So making strides. This season is going super well, and I'm just like so proud of how we're doing. I mean, we've qualified for every one so far, besides Indiana, obviously, which I'm not really gonna count that because I had my concussion and I only rode half of the first practice. So yeah, hard to be bummed with how the season is going. I wish some of the results were a little bit better, less DNFs, but you know, pro motocross is so gnarly, it's hard to have a good moto every single time. Honestly, it's way harder to have a good moto than it is to have a crap one. So we've got 2 days now to get all rested up for Redbud round 2. So we're gonna hang out, watch Joey race Saturday and Sunday because he's doing the amateur racing, so we'll get to cheer him on, and we'll just make sure the bike and the body is all good to go for round 2. So as always, huge thanks to the team. The Valley Ford KTM was absolutely killing it today. But yeah, we're just gonna spend the next 2 days regrouping, head out there for Redbud round 2 and see what we can do. Hopefully have a little bit better day. But yeah, anyways guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, peace out. We'll catch you in the next one.